Hey, vinyl community, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. Cheers. Sunday, March the 12th, record show day for me. And it's been quite some time coming, actually. I was trying to remember the last time I went to a record show, and I'm guessing it's been about 7 or 8 years. They got to a point where they just seemed to be really busy and couldn't really get into the crates to do a lot of digging. Sometimes, at least the ones that I had gone to in the past, you'd have to form a line behind people to even get to a row of records. So I decided some time ago that I was going to stop going. And here we are 7 or 8, what I believe is years later. Reached out in the last couple of weeks with Rob from Northern Revolutions. And back in the fall, there was a group of VC members who were sort of in the Southern Ontario vicinity who had planned doing a VC meetup in Toronto. Unfortunately, that weekend I wasn't available, so I couldn't go. So Rob and I had kind of reached out to each other and said that maybe it would be good to hook up locally. And the record show that was today was actually in Rob's hometown. Now, of all of the VC members that I know that I've met up in the past, Rob is actually the closest one, to my knowledge anyways, to my home. So this was a long time coming. So I finally met up with Rob, got to meet him. Rob at Northern Revolutions, if you're not familiar with him, I'll link his channel below. Finally had an opportunity to meet up with Rob. His wife was going to join us at the record show as well, but unfortunately she started feeling ill yesterday or maybe this morning. So he decided to leave her be at home, but brought his young son with. So anybody who has young kids or had young kids knows sometimes how challenging it can be to have young kids remain focused for an extended period of time. So unfortunately, Rob was only able to stick around for a little over an hour or so. But we're going to get together again. It was nice to finally meet Rob again, like I say. Rob, thanks for taking the time and bringing your son along. It was great to finally meet you, and we'll do it again proper. I did find some records. Not very many, but I got 5 records. Here we go. Haven't listened to any of these yet. Obviously, I just got home a few hours ago. Kiss Alive 2. I can't say I listen to Kiss very much anymore. But I mean, growing up as a teen and as a preteen, I was a Kiss fan. And Kiss 2 is actually an album I've never owned. Double LP, comes with the original inner sleeves, and this particular copy was marketed that it had the original book. I don't know if this is the original book. It's called The Evolution of Kiss. It's got the same date as the album. I'm just presuming. I haven't, again, looked up any of this. MBL P670 76. So yeah, I think this is the book that comes with it. The Evolution of Kiss comes through with the band members. There is one page that's kind of come loose, but yeah, I think it's an original, maybe early, for sure, early pressing, but a little ring wear on the cover, but the discs themselves are in really nice shape. Paid a little bit more than I would have liked to, but typically when I see this, it's trashed, but nice to have Kiss Alive 2. On the heels of me finding a self-titled debut copy of Renaissance, I wanted to look for more of their albums. The only other album of theirs I had is a live album, I think from Carnegie Hall. So I wanted to keep my eye out, and I did find Turn of the Cards. I think this is their, I want to say 4th or 5th album, something like that. Turn of the Cards. This was the cheapest album that I picked up today. It was $6, as you can see. There's some ring wear on the cover. It's a little bit rough. And this is, like I say, a Canadian pressing on yellow Sire. A couple of originally released 1968 albums I got from the same vendor. This one is The Byrds, Sweetheart of the Rodeo. I believe it's Canadian pressing. This one I did look up because I wanted to see what year it was, and I think it was 1977, just sort of the red Columbia. Really nice shape too. I mean, this is a hard record to find originals for. Like I say, I think the last, I'd have to double check, but if memory serves me well, of the early Byrds records, you know, I want to say 5 or 6, maybe 7 of them, this was the last one that I was looking to add to the collection. So I was happy to find that. Next one, also originally released in 1968. This is the Incredible String Band. 5,000 Spirits, what is it, or Layers of the Onion. Classic psychedelic record. I think I saw it. This was $15, and which is a pretty good price. Not an original pressing, which were originally released on Gold Electra labels. I'm not sure. I want to say this is maybe a late 70s, maybe early 80s, with the butterfly logo there from Electra. Classic psych record. I have a psych album, or book I should say. Don't have it, it's out of reach. I want to say it's like 68 to 77. It's a really great hardcover psychedelia book that features some of the classic psychedelic records, and this one, rightly so, is featured in it. Don't see it very much, so happy to find a nice copy of this. And the last record that I bought, which ironically enough, kind of going in reverse order of how I found them at the show. This was the very first record that I bought at the record show. If I remember, what I used to do at record shows is try to look for the ones that would be the most. So if there was 1 or 2 records that cost the most, those are the ones I want to pick up first, and then any money that I would have left over for sort of the lesser albums. So this was, I think I paid the most for this particular one, and it was the first one that I bought. This is UFO 1, their debut album. Not bad shape. I mean, the cover's okay with exception of the edges, and as you can see at the top and side and bottom here, it looks like somebody's put some black and white kind of tape there. I don't actually think the seams are split. I think they sort of, as a, you know, preventative maintenance to prevent that potentially from happening, they put that tape there. But for the most part, it's in, the jacket's in decent shape. The vinyl itself is really good. I haven't checked the actual pressing. I believe it's German pressing on Decca, red Decca. And this is in really nice shape too. It's a little dusty, but yeah, UFO 1. I think it was Dan from Dots and Loops recently showed this. I think, I don't remember. And it reminded me that it was the UFO album that I still wanted to hunt for and add to the collection. Luckily, this was the first one I found today, which capped off a great record show. Thanks for watching, everybody. Rob, I wanted to thank you again for the day. It was great to finally meet you. Long overdue, my friend. And we'll do it again real soon. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye for now.